Getting back to the creosote thing, there's another issue that I've had is that the smoke builds up, liquefies, and runs down, and the creosote actually got down into the switch. I had to pull the plastic cover off the switch and clean it real well, and even then that switch is real finicky now, so I'm going to look at that a little further. But yeah, creosote's a real problem if you don't keep on top of it. I didn't expect it to be that much of a problem, and after letting it run for 30 hours at a time, several different times, I noticed it was causing jams internal, but I did not see this part of it happening. It's like it wasn't there, and then suddenly it was there. So, just something to be aware of. There are some, well, landmines or obstacles when using the MasterBuilt Slow Smoker. Overall, I still love the thing, but maintaining it's a little more than I had expected. How to clean creosote off of the MasterBuilt Slow Smoker. Well, first time I realized that it was a problem, I tried stuff I had around the house. First thing I tried, figuring this stuff works pretty good on almost everything, especially greasy mess, is Dawn Power Wash. And you can see I used about half a bottle on the freaking thing, and it took about 2 hours of letting it soak for a little while and scrubbing like hell and scraping with all kinds of edge tools, and it was a royal pain. Finally got there, but not fun. So the next time around, well, let's try something that I use on my grill every once in a while. And this worked just a little bit better, but not a whole lot. Again, you can see I used a good chunk of the bottle. It took about, still, hour and a half. Lots of scraping and letting it soak quite a bit with this on it just to soften things up. It eventually worked, but it was a lot of work and not fun. So the next thing I did was, well, that chip tower is kind of, well, it's not very sturdy. I mean, it's decent. It does its job all right. I'm just not using it the way it's intended to be used. But the best way to clean creosote that I've come across is with fire. But I didn't want to get the temperature too hot on this thing just because I didn't want to warp the metal. But after some research, if you go to just about any home improvement store and go where either their plumbing section or their, well, it'd be near their plumbing section, but it's actually for like their wood burning stoves and whatnot, there's Creosote Destroyer. This particular product, you soak the, well, I soaked the chip tower in it, and I got, the rest of this video will show you how it works. And, well, it's a little more expensive, but it's a lot less work as long as you got access to a fire. I'll show you what that looks like in just a minute here. Alright, this is the first time I'm going to try and use my MasterBuilt Slow Smoker since I hit the chip tower with the Creosote Destroyer. Showing you what it looks like before. It's going to be an overnight smoke, so I'm going to fill this with applewood chips, and I'm going to smoke that ham. It's applewood smoked ham already, so it's going to be double smoked. I've got a drip tray below it to catch all the juices because that's going to be going into the recipe, and I've got apple juice in the tray that comes with the smoker itself to keep the humidity level in there good. So apple juice to keep the humidity up, tray to catch the juices for later in the recipe, and an applewood smoked ham covered in my proprietary seasoning, and we're about to get smoking. Alright, so we're about 14 hours into the cook here. You can see there's no smoke going, which is annoying. I'll explain that in just a second. We're just starting to come out of the stall. It was about 164 for several hours. Anyway, I refilled the chip tube last night, went to bed, got up this morning. It was barely smoking, so because it was empty. So I refilled it again, and this is what it looks like. You can see there's plenty of chips in there, but I'm not getting any smoke. Why is that? Well, I'm getting a little smoke out of the top, but none where it should be. Well, I'm guessing it's because I have a chip jam again. Let's take this out and take a look. Yeah, see, there's hardly any chips at all at the base of this thing. Now there's chips down there. So, think I got it worked loose. Give it 10 minutes and I bet I get pretty good smoke again. We shall see. Yep, there we go. It's been less than 5 minutes since I knocked that chip jam loose and I've got smoke. That means it's going to be a problem for the rest of the day, so I'm going to have to check it every half hour or so. I can't really fault the slow smoker here because I'm using it for something it was not designed for. It was designed for cold smoking stuff like, you know, cheeses and anything else that you need low temp for. Snacks, there's a lot of different things you can do, jerky. But I'm using it because it's got that great big chip tower to just get extended life, so I can do a 24, 30-hour smoke and not have to hit this thing every half an hour with chips. So it's annoying, but it also beats staying up all night. So if somebody watching this has got a better way, I'd love to hear it. But right now I'm fighting with the creosote, which is causing chip jams, and it's a pain in the butt to clean. I've got another video on that one. Alright, this is after about a 24-hour smoke. You can see the creosote has built up real bad again on the inside and the outside. And this was all bare metal, pretty close to it when we got started yesterday. So basically, started about 7 o'clock last night with a full stack. About 11:30 last night I refilled it, and then a little after 7 this morning came back out, and it had not jammed yet, but it was almost empty. So I refilled it, and well, it jammed. About an hour into it, I realized that I wasn't getting any smoke because I was doing some other stuff, and I went ahead and broke up the jam, and I had to refill it one more time after that, and again it was jamming, so I had to break up the jam again. So again, I can't really blame this particular tool because it wasn't designed for, 30-hour smoke. It was just designed to do a short cold smoke. It's just me trying to find another way of doing things. So if anybody has any ideas on how to avoid creosote, I'd really appreciate it. Leave it down in the comments. Thanks. Okay, this is my chip tower. I'm going to soak it with creosote destroyer tomorrow. I'm not doing it right now because I got no reason to fire up the grill at this very moment. But tomorrow I'm going to be grilling a bunch of chicken and some brats. So once I'm done cooking the food, I'll adjust the temperature to about 400 degrees because the creosote destroyer needs to be at least 300. And I'll soak this thing and then burn off all this creosote so it's ready to go for the next batch of smoking, whatever I happen to do. But for right now, still looking for a way to avoid this creosote problem to begin with, but in the meantime, we just maintain it. Use it, clean it, bust up some jams if you're doing a long smoke. Clean it, store it, and then use it again. Rinse and repeat. It would be really nice if they had like an aluminum insert or something that you could put in this thing. I tried aluminum foil once to line it, and that was just a royal mess. You can't get it to hold its shape inside of a tube like that. And it's not square enough. It's got sloped sides, so you can't really take like a sheet pan of, one of those aluminum foil sheet pans and cut it to fit and still get good coverage on it. Believe me, I have tried a bunch of different things, and so far the best way is to use it, clean it, and rinse and repeat. It's just a pain in the butt. Oh, and if you have any better ideas, please leave them in the comments sections. I'd love to hear it. If you like the content, please hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. Thank you.